Alf, it's happening. Are we ready? We have got the list.
Y'all fake, y'all busters. What? Blah. Yeah, y'all don't even belong in the hobby. Y'all don't even really have your own PC. What you gonna do?
From CGC, they have released another statement. They have released a list, approximately 350 books from the initial review. They did say, of course, that they're continuing to investigate. They've got third parties that are taking a look at this, and they are not playing around with the investigation. So very, very good to hear from CGC. Guys, welcome back to another Collectibles Dad video. I hope everyone had an amazing new year, and the saga continues with this incident at CGC. There are some interesting tidbits from the list. The list, again, approximately 350 books is what they have found so far. We will see if that changes at all. But what I can tell you, the 3 books that are most affected by this scandal, whatever you want to call it, is Amazing Spider-Man number 194, Amazing Spider-Man number 238, and Amazing Spider-Man number 300, the iconic Todd McFarlane story, the first appearance of Venom, or one of them, or whatever, the classic cover, ASM 300s. If you look at that list and you look at how many books were affected, I actually thought there would be more Hulk 181s, but the good news is I really only saw maybe like 20 or 25 copies. I'm not saying that that's amazingly good news, but these other books that I just mentioned, it's quite a bit more than 20 copies, and there's some variety here. So I think the big thing is to get the word out, make sure to check your books against this list. They've got it all set up here. Hey, if you've got one that fits the bill, if this is your book, contact them. They've got all the contact information up. I'll put on some screenshots as I'm talking here, but CGC really on top of this thing. And again, I think the big thing is going to be, is there more to the story? Is there going to be more that comes out past the initial investigation? I think their main focus right here is this one account, this one individual that amazingly was able to get a lot of books swapped out. And are there others? Are there other parties that were a part of this as well? And I think the broader investigation that they're talking about here, where they've got people coming in and taking a look at their processes, will probably weed that out. You know, if there's others that were trying to do the same thing or something similar, a different type of scam or whatever, the good news here is it looks like the whole thing's going to get turned upside down, and they're going to try to figure out kind of, okay, how are we going to adjust this so that this doesn't happen again? I talked about it in my last video. I think that all signs point to maybe the consumer pays a few extra bucks and we get a higher security slab. Nothing is ever going to be foolproof or tamper-proof, but tamper-resistant. I had a commenter last couple of videos that was basically talking about can't be tamper-proof, but tamper-resistant would be fantastic. And I think that as a hobby, we would be happy with something that just has a little bit more security tied into it. And I don't think it's necessarily just having the numbers, you know, on the inner well that match up with the flip, that match up with the label. I think that there needs to be a little bit more to it, and maybe some things that maybe the public doesn't necessarily know. You know, maybe it's something that CGC or some of the other grading companies have kind of installed as a little Easter egg in there for them to be able to figure out if something looks a little bit weird. They do have a process here that they're going to review the book. So if you have one of these books that's been tampered with, you send it in, and if it looks to be the same grade, it should be the same grade, they'll just reholder it at no charge, what it says. If it's a different grade, if it looks like something is awry, then they'll contact those people and kind of figure out, you know, a way to make sure that everyone's made whole, or, you know, try to make everybody happy on that front. So it'll be interesting. Now it all rolls out. Now they have to execute this plan, you know, for these infected books, affected/infected books, to figure out what comes next. And I think a lot of what's going to come, what you'll hear about is, oh my gosh, I have one of these infected books, and then how is CGC handling it? Are they happy? Are they not happy? Are they overjoyed? You know, or is it just okay? And then the back half of that is going to be, how are they adjusting and changing? They don't necessarily have to state to the public every single change they're making to their, you know, to their slab or, you know, their security process, because again, the scammers are watching as well and paying attention. But I think they should just say, hey, look, we're going to have a couple of little nuggets that we're going to add into our slabs for security that nobody is aware of, because we don't want it to be messed with. And I think that would be very smart. So we will see. There will be more to the story, but we have a list. We have an initial list from the initial review, and that's important. They've actually turned this around a lot faster, frankly, than I thought. They've actually got this thing turned around pretty quickly and trying to affect those that are affected. Let's see how it goes, and let's see if there's more to come on this. But we will be back, my friends. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.